certainly a disappointing weekend in the Bay Area as the Beavers dropped both games, both key games, as they try to get the best seeding before the end of the conference regular season, before they go to LA to play in the conference tournament. This week is the 337th edition of the Civil War basketball game. Alex, how do the Beavers get back on track? They've only won one game of their last 6 conference games. How do they get back on track?
You know, it's tough. This is still somewhat of a young team, only one senior graduating. So I feel like they just need to get a little bit of shot of confidence. Coach Robinson said that they come out, they practice hard, and that they've been playing with a lot of confidence, but they need more confidence out there, and they need to close out games. Like we saw, you know, Cal's a good school, but they just need to close out the games. I don't really know exactly what it's going to take for them to get that shot of confidence, but if there was one game of the season that they could, you know, really get up for, it's going to be the most packed house of the year in Gill. If there's one game of the season that could really boost this team, it's going to be the Civil War game this weekend. There's going to be a lot of energy in that arena, no matter how big of a slump you're in. I don't care if it was an 8-game losing streak. They're going to show up for this game. They're going to practice hard all week. They want that win. Regardless of how the season ends, they want that sweep over the University of Oregon, who swept them last year in the Civil War. It's a huge rivalry. So, I mean, I think honestly it's just playing with a little bit more confidence, closing out games. What's your opinion on the subject?
I definitely agree with you. I think this team playing at home in front of a packed house, or probably a sellout at Gill Coliseum this Sunday, they're going to have a lot of confidence just feeding off the crowd. I think what they need to do on the court is they need to get back to the basics on defense. They really need to shut down Oregon's offense, and that's something that they struggled to do last weekend in the Bay Area. Granted, it was against Stanford and Cal, 2 of the better teams in the conference, and this late in the season, it's going to be really hard to win conference road games, as every team is really battling for a spot. And I think with being at Gill Coliseum, I think that gives the Beavers an edge with the home court advantage, but it's going to be really tough against the Oregon Ducks, who are really hitting on all cylinders, who have over 20 wins now, and are looking at a potential NCAA bid to the tournament. So it's a must-win game for the Ducks, but I think the Beavers can really play well in that spoiler role, and they certainly have a lot left to play for, as there's a couple more conference games after this weekend. So, and trying to get that best seed in the conference tournament is going to be key. But you know, it has been a little bit disappointing lately in conference play, as the Beavers have dropped. They've only won one of their last 6 games. It seems like both teams have done a complete 180 from the first time they met in the Civil War, as the Beavers were 4-5 after that game, and now they're 5-10 in conference.